Alright, everyone. Welcome to round number 2. Here we see Kashtira Odion versus Mitsurugi, looks like to be pure. Piloted by Adriel Pierre versus Safwan R. Now, I know Adriel fairly well, not too well, but fairly well. We've known each other over the years. We used to play each other or around each other as well in locals such as Limitless back in the day. I say back in the day, but it was only 2018, but it's been about 7 years. The last time I played Adriel was last year at the right before Snake Eyes format, so it's been a long time since I actually faced him. Overall, cool dude, and he recently this year got his first YCS top 32. So congratulations, of course, to Adriel. Now Safwan, I don't know him. I know he's around with either his brother or his dad. I forgot exactly who he is in relation to Safwan. If this is the same person, by the way, if I'm confusing you, then I apologize. But the only thing that I have heard of him was that he cheats a long time ago, and this was again at Limitless Cards and Games. Personally, I haven't seen none of that over the years that I played him, and the one time that I did play him when he was playing Dynamis, which got him the stacking allegation. I won, so maybe my friends were just salty that they lost against Dynamis in an era where Salamangreat was the best deck, but you know, it's completely fine, you know. If you have haters, just prove them wrong. Now, I don't know this Odion deck very much. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know that one ends up searching the man, which is right there. But I am somewhat unfamiliar. I'm not gonna lie. So let's see what we do here. Oh, I'd like to mention that Odion is still a TCG exclusive, I believe. Now, the man with the mark, if it's normal summon or special summon, you can take one Temple of the Kings or a spell trap that mentions it, and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. So I believe that temple that he searched, the field spell, ends up being what he added. Then he activates in order to set a continuous trap card. So let's see what we can find. Yeah, so you're gonna have to excuse me as a lot of these cards are just unfamiliar to me. So Treasure of the Kings, when this card is activated, you can set one Apophis trap from your deck. This card's name becomes Temple of the Kings while in the field spell zone. Once per turn, if you have 2 or more set cards on your field or a trap card in your graveyard, you can add one monster that mentions Temple of the Kings. And the one he added was the Scorpion. Let's see, a Merciless Scorpion of Circuit, which he does have on field now. Could not be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned from your hand by banishing one level 10 or higher monster from your hand or deck while you control Temple of the Kings. And so the field spell is up there. Also, he has Temple of the Kings here, and did he try to... Wait, hold on. Did Adriel brick? Why is he attacking? Maybe I skipped, hold on. No, I didn't skip, so maybe Adriel won the die roll, tried to activate pre-prep, and realized that he has the mirror on hand. So, that's the only thing that can make sense. At least for me. Now... that being said, that means that Safwan has a really good start here because he's able to not only set everything up here but also battle, right? Now, let's see. So the Scorpion can summon itself by banishing a level 10 or higher monster from deck while you control Temple of the Kings, and you can only summon it once per turn that way. During the main phase, you can add a Temple of the Kings or a spell that mentions it from your deck to the hand. And then at the start of the damage step, if it battles an opponent's monster, they can destroy that monster. And if you do, this card gains attack equal to half of the destroyed monster's original attack. Okay, cool. Now, Looks like Safwan is wanting to activate that Apophis card. It's the Serpent. You can special summon this card as a normal monster. Then you can set one Apophis trap from your deck except for itself. It can be activated this turn, and if it's sent to the graveyard, you can add an embodiment of the Apophis from your deck to your hand. So the card got impulsed here, and I believe Impulse negates the activation. Let me double check. No, it just negates the effect. Okay. Doesn't get to destroy it because he has no traps in the graveyard, but even if he wanted to, I believe the man ends up preventing destructions of that card, so yeah. And then now, Silhouette Rabbit is made. It looks like he doesn't play any Fiendsmith cards to set. It looks like Swamp Deity. Now he's going to activate Birth, summon back the Unicorn, and then pass. So, can Adriel play through this? Let's see, I believe I saw a Ritual monster in hand, and he does have Mirror, so he cannot activate the pre-prep. Is there a game plan, though? Well, he's looking at his hand. Okay, here's the start to the game plan. Mitsurugi Ritual. Now, I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so he's going to summon the Apophis, the Swamp Deity. When it summons itself, you can also then negate the effects of face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of continuous traps you control until the end of this turn. So he's able to negate the Mitsurugi Ritual. And then Habikiri is going to activate summoning the Kusanagi from deck and then tributing it. And now Kusanagi is going to go ahead and attempt to grab back the Ritual, and then on Chainlink 2, Unicorn will be used to banish another extra deck monster from Adriel's extra deck. In my opinion, doesn't really matter because, you know, it's an option to really go to the extra deck with the pure variant. You don't really need it. Let's see what ends up happening here. He should be able to add the Ritual back though, right? Am I missing something? There we go. Oh, thank God. Alright, so as you can see, he was going to summon the Kaiju out. What would you tribute? Well, Unicorn already uses effect, but you still have to worry somewhat about the Birth effect, which can banish 3 face down. And because it's face down, it makes it that much harder to recover your cards. So he will tribute the Unicorn. Now, the reason why I said you can tribute the man is so that the continuous traps can be destroyed. But yeah, you don't want to get hit with Birth here. So the Kaiju for Mitsurugi's can summon itself from the hand once per turn by tributing a reptile Mitsurugi, I believe, from hand, and one monster from your opponent's field. So good thing that he drew it. Now on the effect of Ritual, which will summon from deck more than likely. Okay, so the game plan was to prevent Bird from banishing those 3 cards from the graveyard face down. Unfortunately, he does get hit with an Ash Blossom to summon from the deck. And I think this is game, unfortunately. There's just too much advantage on Safwan's side, so I think we're going to see a scoop to game number 2. Adriel is someone who is persistent and will not give up right away. But, you know, you have to save time here. You're going to, you're going to have to deal with, you know, not only having to learn these cards if you don't know them very well, but also siding properly so that you don't rush. So, we'll be right back with game number 2. Alright. So we see both players have sided out and are moving to game number 3. Or, I'm sorry, 2 here. We saw Safwan take it with the Odion deck earlier for game 1. So let's see if he'll be able to continue this streak and win. Now we see Adriel start with a Pot of Prosperity. He's selecting his 6 here to banish face down to dig through his deck. Let's see if it resolves. Looks like Safwan put the Ash Blossom straight to the front. This is definitely him indicating that he doesn't want Adriel to be able to utilize the effect. He also has 2 copies of Meows here. Will Adriel play into them though? Now, the thing with Meows is that this card often ends up being way better than Purulia against Mitsurugi. However, Fenrir plus Unicorn here. What a crazy fucking... Yeah, that's just a crazy fucking hand for this matchup, huh? Alright, so Safwan summoning out the Unicorn, choosing to use its effect on field. It looks like he also has Ryzeal in hand. Not that he needs it, but it's an option. Now, on resolution, Adriel will go ahead and discard the Droll, and then introduce his deck to him on resolution so that Safwan can banish another extra deck monster face down. Thing is, though, is he already has the Fenrir. So he's going to be able to activate Birth, and then summon the Fenrir here and deal 49 points of damage. Add another 400 there, so it'd be 53 total. Now from there we're going to see Adriel draw, and considering that the prosperity was enough to make him pass, you know, I'm starting to believe in the allegations that Safwan cheats. Of course I'm lying, but you know, there may be some truth to this. Who knows? Now, Adriel's looking through his extra deck. There's nothing much there that can help you. The Dynamondo would be a little buns even as well. Let's see. Adriel looking to special summon the Kaiju. Can it be used by tributing a reptile other than the Mitsurugi? Well, let's find out. Yes. And now Haggard Lizardos is going to be summoned with the snake here. Now he's going to target the unicorn to drop down its attack, and then he gets to draw because he did in fact banish a reptile. I was going to say the snake shouldn't be able to summon itself, so it was Droll here. And then yeah, because he banished a reptile, he'll be able to draw a card. Does that get him any deeper into his deck though? Also interesting that he kept the Kaiju going second, but I guess, or I'm sorry, going first, but honestly, it has multiple utilities, right? And you can always save it for a spot removal if you need it, if it's a grindy game, right? So might as well, I guess. Now, he is looking at that Lizardos. Yeah, it looks like he attacks over the Unicorn. The Unicorn does have 200 over, though. Okay, so yeah, the Serpent does have, like, what, 500 attack, so even with the 200 plus, it's only going to be 700, so yeah, once he attacks with Haggard Lizardos, that is a pass, and unfortunately, now he is going to be able to summon out the Fenrir and search for another copy of Unicorn. Instead, though, summoning a copy of Meows from the hand. Now he's going to attack, banish the Lizardos, continue, and then this should be game here because Adriel did take 53 plus 24, 77, and the Meows plus 200 will be game. That's insane. Meows has 100 plus 200 is the 300 he needs. Yeah, that is interesting to say the least. It's like Max C. You summon Max C to deal the last like 500 points of damage. What a funny game. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. We'll be right back in the next video with round number 3. Both players played very cleanly. Just unfortunate that Adriel ended up bricking 2 games in a row because he started first both games. So yeah. Let's see if we continue seeing this Odion deck succeed, and we'll be right back for round number 3. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.